We're going to be going to Lijiang Tower, and as it was mentioned before, CLG, if their back was up against the wall before, I don't know where their back is now. It's even more up against the wall. They have to win every map from here on out if they hope to get into the playoffs and continue their hope to get into Season 1. And we're going to see here on Lijiang Tower if they're able to do it.
An extremely intelligent counter pick for the most part, I believe. This is Team Liquid's worst control map by quite a bit. They're only 4-9 on Lijiang Tower of all the control maps. Also a map where you can run the pharmacy on a couple of the stages, maybe not control center unless you want to be really daring with it. But just a smart overall map pick. It's a counter pick into Team Liquid, because you have to think if it was just a pick, they might be going to Oasis.
Yeah, but still, the story of the tape, right? Liquid versus CLG last week. It was a 3-2. But it was really close between them. Now, Mikado, was he really going to go for the Widow? No, he's not. Why do I even try?
You use alliteration all night, and then you refuse to say tale of the tape, which is the actual phrase. You say story of the tape. You are just trolling me hard, Jamerson. I do not understand it. A boxing reference, of course. Tale of the tape is the measurements of each fighter's. Well, coming in right now, so they're trying to get some damage going. They're going to answer this pharmacy with a pharmacy of their own. Early on, though, Rafa gets boosted off by the opposing Diva.
You don't see that often.
No, not often, because usually those roller skates bring you back up. Mikado also takes on AZK, so 2 quick kills for Team Liquid, and now CLG with the point already held. It's going to be difficult for this combo to do anything. The combo which holds the point is the combo which is more comfortable.
Yeah, it definitely is very difficult to try to find that opening soak thread, though, working his way towards a pulse bomb, which could be the difference maker right here. Hydration once again takes to the skies, and they're going to approach from the bridge side. Our Team Liquid here, but they're running out of defense matrix, as we did have AZK go into the back by himself. He started getting focused down, had to recall out. The mech is forced out, but Silk Thread will be able to get that kill onto AZK.
But out of mech will help the combo. That's why you see them going into it right now. And Tahang's going to take AZK back to life. AZK rewards his confidence by taking out Miso yet again, and now AZK on the warpath. Silk Thread getting a little low and gone. I think every time I mention Silk Thread, like halfway through, he dies. So I think I'm partially caster cursing him. I don't know exactly what that means. Still, though, already 44%. Liquid struggling to take this back. That should help as Hydration and Shake, the 2 components of the pharmacy combo, are down. And still a little bit a stall, a stall.
Yeah, they're already at about 60% on the side of CLG, and the Primal Rage came out from Shiny just to keep this alive even longer. He's got the barrier down. No one's focusing this monkey down. Finally, he does go down, but that buys time for Hydration to come in with the barrage, and they try to body block it instead of using defense matrix, and so CLG will come back as Hydration. It's a huge teamfight win just off the back of that.
It would have been great if they died at the end of the stall. The stall bought them 15% already, but to come in and buy that much time and get that enormous barrage. Beautiful play by CLG. They're going to have resurrection of their own. Tahang getting there, might get there by the end of this fight, but it's only going to be one more fight, Jamerson, if Liquid can't win it.
Yeah, AZK made the lurk on over with the help of Mezzer. He's got the pulse bomb, but the sound barrier does come on out for Liquid, and the pulse bomb was not quite enough. Sound barrier now answered by CLG, and Hydration once again coming in, taking out AZK. Hydration just has been on AZK duty this entire match. Is it going to be enough for them? CLG, we do have the resurrection coming out for Liquid, bringing back AZK, and we saw what he was able to do last time as Mezzer finds the kill onto Shiny.
Shake's been holding his res too. Is Shiny worth it to you, Shake? Yeah, it is now. I think you could bring up whoever you want right now, as the Pulse Bomb does double duty, a D-Mech and a D-Lucioing, which is a service that Tracer offers. Heard you got a Lucio infestation. Got a Pulse Bomb for you.
Loosen that up. Oh boy, these are not good at all. But I think in our disheveled state,
you understand my sense of humor. I like terrible jokes. I really do, and you're the best at them.
I don't know how to feel about that, but at this point, I'll take it. I'll take it. So let's take a look at this. We are going on over to Control Center now. And already we're seeing some swap off, some adjustments coming up from Liquid.
It's Control Center. Yeah. I mean, you have to be really, really confident in your pharmacy, or really unconfident in any of your other compositions, to try to run it on this point. Tahang. On the Sombra. I like it. What do you think?
I like it too. You do have the mini health packs to control. You could also control the mega health pack on the outside, which we see a lot of like Tracers and tanks you really utilize, but now it's CLG pushing forward first, but Dehang is on the back line. He's already brought him down low, force out the Biotic Nade as Shiny does get the D-Mech onto Fury. Now they've got to be careful. Shatter comes in, gets the kill onto Shiny now.
Translocate does not put him in. You know what I actually would have liked better from Dehang there is to hack the other small pack on the other side. Just take away Silk Thread's angles to be roaming through those minis, and maybe it's only for a limited amount of time that he's able to do that, but I think it's so important. I always thought this map could be so good if you just deny Tracer her packs, and that would have done it. Maybe not at this high level of play though, as you know, Silk Thread can always get healed up by his team. All that said and done, Dehang will exit the map at 89% as he's going to come back in for an EMP, and Counter Logic Gaming has taken first control of the points, counting out towards 15%.
Yeah, and hydration has been coming up huge once again, time and time again for CLG so far. Now Miso hasn't been able to build up much towards his ultimate. He's at 50%, has no energy. You got to be careful as it's already. Now we do have the EMP coming on out. Silk Thread gets caught with it, but he is able to take out the Hang, so it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Shatter has that blade. He's looking for it. He's going to go ahead and pull it out, but he gets immediately slapped, brought down to 50 HP, has a deflect, but he gets the reset. He dashes on in onto Shake before he finally goes down.
Shake might be too nice to ask, but who woke the Genji? I had him. I hit the dart. He was sleeping. Who woke the Genji? Unfortunate that he comes back to life, and that's still going to be on the side of Counter Logic for the most part. They've got all these bodies on the point. I have to wonder how effective EMP is against this particular composition, because these tanks can just still hold down M1. They've got giant health pools. Sure, it slows down some of the escapes, but it doesn't necessarily crush a team that with several more DPS who rely on their abilities a little more sometimes.
Yeah, Dehang does have another EMP, and they are a little bit grouped up by CLG. So here comes the EMP, and now they jump on in. We have a lot of them hacked, and so that's going to allow Mezzer to jump in. He gets the cleave damage onto Miso. Now Fury finds a second onto Shiny, and now Team Liquid have finally broken open this defense.
Yeah, it works really well against a D.Va. Obviously, when D.Va's hacked, she's only got the guns, and her mobility is such a big part. And yeah, sure, it works well in Wizard. I don't know what I was talking about. Again, it's late, and in general, I don't know what I'm talking about. Miso does have grab up, though, something we haven't seen a ton tonight. Oh, can we get a big bang? Can we get a big bang, please?
We've seen the combo there. It just hasn't been utilized almost all day.
Don't remind me. But, you know, on the other side of things, as you mentioned, Fury's there. He's got Defense Matrix. And that is a little snoozing Sombra. Dreaming of the mean streets of Dorado, of course. Maybe
there we go. Graviton comes out. It connects onto a good majority of Liquid. They don't have the follow-up quite yet. Here is the self-destruct. It's not going to connect onto anyone. AZK will taking out Shake. Now Shatter holding on to his Dragon Blade as he does fall, but still it is in Team Liquid's favor right now. The EMP comes on out. Hydration does not have that defense matrix. It can be Fury that comes in, takes out Shiny, and now the Hang just peppering them. They are still hacked on the point, but it is still in favor of CLG.
And meanwhile, during that fight, they grab the point. I question the logic of the translocator throw into the group, because those are visible. You can see a translocator land, and you know what's coming next, I suppose. So the Sombra play has been okay. The EMPs have come up, but the follow-ups out there. I have to wonder if they're just experimenting with this style or something that they're really practiced, because it doesn't look like all the kinks have been worked out yet.
Shatter hasn't found an opening for his blade this entire point, so now it's in overtime. CLG still has possession of it as the Primal Rage came out from Mezzer. He needs to get healed up, and so he will. Shatter still holding on to this blade right now. He's got to find his opening. He's got to find it soon, as Rafa finds the kill onto Hydration, but Silk Thread answering right on back. Excuse me, Hydration was not taken out quite yet. It was just a D-Mech, and now the blade comes out from Shatter. He finds the first kill, taking out Hydration. Now he's looking for more, though, but CLG really spread out.
Yeah, use them if you got them, and there's the EMP that comes in late to try to clean up the rest of this, but good spread yet again from Counter Logic Gaming. All the kills are in their favor. Rafa doing his best to stall it out. AZK is going to eat a nade, have to rewind out. Desperation time as Mezzer comes in trying to get the stall. Nowhere near having Primal Rage up. This one is over. And CLG one stage away from keeping their hopes alive.
I mean, you know, when you corner a cat, they're going to strike back. And you can't be any more cornered than CLG are right now. They need every single map victory to move on to the playoffs and then fight for their chance at Contenders Season 1, too.
Yeah, it's a lot different. When you corner a dog, you can just expect to get, you know, licks, tail wags, and pets. So we had this dog versus cat discussion before walking the other day. I think they're both equally fine, in my opinion, because I don't want to offend anyone who has either.
Pandering.
It's called fence sitting. You know, if you're going to insult me, at least use the correct term. Pandering would be going one way or the other. I'm not I hope no strong feelings about anything. All right, so this is where you're going to see the pharmacy yet again from CLG, rotating around the right-hand side. This can be so good for Pharah, and you don't even need to fight in the courtyard. They're going to know that they're running pharmacy before they even see it by like, why aren't they fighting in the courtyard? Yeah. This is where we like to fight, guys, but this is where you want to sit, right on top of the box out here, firing through the doorways. If they try to come in on the side, you have your concussion blast. It's such a good perch, and you don't even really have to fight for positioning to get there. It's just yours for the taking. Yeah,
we saw him actually take out the outside route there. AZK is on the point, trying to focus down Miso, who is on this diva. He's already dropped down low and doesn't have any of his healers near him, but Mikado will find the first frag onto Dehang, and now they're trying to get aggressive, but Mezer finds a kill onto Shiny. Now Rafa does go down as the point has unlocked. It is being contested right now, but AZK and Shatter coming on in. We've got Mezer back on with that Winston, but he's dropping low. He doesn't have his supports there.
But it's really smart to come in here, because are you going to have a better chance? I mean, you just knocked hydration out of it, so now you don't have to eat all the rockets on the way in. Shake will go down late to Shatter, but it does not have an effect on the outcome of the fight. Hydration's back in the mix. Silk Thread says hiya, and they grab first point rather easily. And now with control of the point, they're gonna have to deal with the same problem again. Hydration's gonna be chilling in the back.
Yeah, they do have to be careful. Those rockets were just going in unimpeded. And sorry, if you use all of your defense matrix just to block the rockets, that allows Silk Thread to come on in. He's dropped a little low right now as Liquid have position on point. There it is. The hang goes down. Silk Thread was answered in kind, but Shiny finding AZK. And AZK hasn't been having the best performance so far, but it's largely due to CLG shutting him down. Now Shatter does get that dash kill onto Shiny, so this might be the opportunity, but Shake is still holding onto this res as the self-destruct does come out from Miso. Nothing coming of it, but Fury finds it onto his counterpart, and now here's a two-man res.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I don't know what the Hang was doing out there. He almost forgot that for a really nice defense matrix will shut down that justice system, and able to get a couple kills. Still no real significant progress on the point, not even at 50%. They're going to burn ults as Liquid because they really want this point, but even after that transcend, they get nothing out of it. AZK is able to de-mech Miso, but that's been about the extent of their kill feed action lately. I gotta say, CLG is still in a great spot here.
Yeah, definitely. Already at 70% and still ticking up for them. Silk Thread even going to be able to get this stagger onto Fury, who does go down. And Fury has been largely silent so far in this matchup. I mean, he had a little bit of a brilliance on Eichenwald, but when they came here on to Li Zhang, it's been a completely different story.
So the Sound and the Fury is a misleading title, is what you're telling me. AZK takes down Miso yet again. I like this switch up. I'm surprised that it's Shatter the one to be on it, but maybe Shatter's just not as comfortable on the Tracer as they are. You gotta hit those shots for the McCree to make sense. He's got one or two of them. You gotta hit a couple in a row and preferably headshots. Meanwhile, it was all just a distraction, McCree. Just making sure you look at the Spurs, as on the point they've gotten a couple. Shiny brought back to life, and Hydration will make it rain. Gets himself taken out in the process. This has been Liquid's best showing, but that says a lot about how this has gone for Liquid.
Yeah, it's a 3v3 fight on the point until Mezer goes down. Now Shiny securing those. Both Mezer and Fury going on down. AZK trying his best, but he will go down to Miso. And with that, CLG are right back in this series, but still in the hot seat.
I think it starts with the map pick for them. Just really smart. You find the one that Liquid's the weakest on, you take it to them. It also plays to your strengths, which is this guy. I said if they felt they were in trouble, they would default back to the pharmacy. They did just that. This might be just as good of a map as Oasis, because you can run pharmacy feasibly on 2 of the 3 stages, just like in Oasis. And man, they crushed it there.
They did. They definitely did.
They indeed crushed it. And Night Market's been one of those ones that's been a little bit on the fence. You do have a lot of aerial space around the point, though, and you can see how well they were able to use it. And here's the other thing. If you're playing against that, you either need to be able to take care of directly the combo or do something on the ground that tips the scales in your favor, and they weren't able to find either of those.
Well, there's aerial space around the point, and you saw just the complete control of that. If you guys ever step out of this room, you're going to be eating rockets. But if the fight starts going bad for you, there's aerial space inside that point. You can feasibly run a Pharah in there and she can hit the ceiling and you're fine. You're still very above. So you have the option of still fighting on the point, which is not the same for a lot of places.
Yeah, there were also less than optimal swap-offs to try and deal with that. I mean, we saw towards the end there, Shatter try to go off onto McCree, but it's very difficult if you're not used to playing up against the pharmacy, and especially the way that Hydration was playing. He was right on top of him the entire time.